Welcome everyone to another Monday night at the Beat. I wanted to do a shout out to San Leo Obispo, Val and Jeff and crew. We're going to see you guys this coming weekend. So, yay.
Fish tacos.
Fish tacos. Yes. What is the class idea or the theme for tonight? That should be the easy question.
Absolute and relative axis and moves.
Absolute and relative turns, yes. For what kind of purpose?
Navigation.
Navigation. Great. So ultimately, we're not only refining the turn technique, which we'll talk about in a second, but we're doing that for a purpose, not just to be creative, but to navigate. Okay. So what about the followers? Let's start there. What are you getting out of this class? Just following the leader doing a pattern? Dizzy. Is it? Getting dizzy? What else? What's the value of this class to you as a follower?
We anticipate and in a hero, we never go, so we can fall a little bit behind the leading.
Good. Yeah. We fall a little bit behind the leading, so we're creating this, especially in the open embrace, we can really exaggerate it. Do you want to show that? So what kind of energy am I leading for this turn? Push or pull?
Pull.
Pull. Again, pushing is not bad, but now we're focusing on pull.
Followers, even if we are doing this in open embrace, should we be far away from our leaders?
No.
No. So what is the measurement? What can we think about so that we remain relatively close to the leader? What are we thinking about?
The hips?
Yeah, the hips. We try to keep the same distance or consistent distance between our hips and our leader's hips. Yeah.
What kind of turn is this leader's at? It's just a little test.
What kind of steps am I making around Homer? Followers.
Even
Long reaching steps. And I'm just slightly behind him. If I get ahead of him, like in this case, then I'm not following the hilo anymore. Yeah?
We did some exercises where we do this. What letter of the alphabet do we form when we cross behind? A, yeah. So not an H and definitely not a V. And then there was a pattern that's kind of called the universal lap, to the left or right, open or close embrace. Kind of depends on the follower's step and close, but there is a place where it works. The leader does what? If I'm turning to the left, what foot does the sacada?
left.
Good, followers. Collect, change weight. What crosses behind if I'm turning to the left? Left. Then come out and change weight, and wash, rinse, and repeat. Sacada, boom, boom, boom. So there's one step, which is what kind of turn?
Relative.
Yeah, because I'm doing what?
Stepping.
Changing the axis. Yeah, stepping.
On which step of hers are you doing the sacada leaders? Which side step? After the front step.
And we did that because in the close embrace, that's the place where we can do it quite successfully. But really, in the open embrace, you can technically do it on any step, but right now we did it off of that step. And then I step when who steps. But we're trying to do what?
We're trying to do what?
Step together.
Step together.
So the iron is that I am leading it, and I'm trying to lead my partner to step on a certain rhythm, maybe the strong beat right now. And then if I can get all that coordinated, I can try to arrive also on the strong beat. So it all happens together.
Synchronicity.
As a test. Yeah? Now, once we have this foundation, especially if we want to navigate, what can we do to it?
Move it.
Yeah, we can tear it apart. So you have that sacada, and instead of collecting here, you can collect where?
Somewhere over there.
Towards the line of dance. Yeah.
But what's the critical point here? It shouldn't feel what? Jarring for who? The follower. So what's the trick, leaders? If you're going to move it,
Just plan ahead.
Steps before you're going to start to gear in
Yeah.
the direction.
You want to plan ahead, and you really want to pay extra attention as to how your followers
is
step.
Placing. when
Yeah, how she's
reaching.
placing her step, how she's transferring her weight, when, how fast is she transferring her weight. And followers, this is where the quality of our walking technique really comes into play. The quality of really using your standing leg to create long reaching steps. In this case, sometimes around, sometimes more in a line. But we're always tracking our leaders and staying with them.
What else did you get out of the class? Anyone?
Did you get dizzy?
Yeah.
Yes.
Peter, what about you?
You should wait for the, you should change the weight before the follow, as which I think if you want to move from an absolute
Yes,
relative,
you should start to mark where you're going. Good. And then reach and get there. Yeah, what about this versus this?
don't look down, have your head, have your chest up, and you look forward, look with your eyes.
Yeah, this is like an ancient tango secret, and some of the leaders are figuring this out. But you can tell where your follower's leg is by looking at her upper body. So, I know she's arriving on this foot. I can see she's arriving on it. So watch. So when she steps back, and that's the foot I'm going to sakata, I know where the foot is. It's over here. I just make a mental note where that shoulder was. It's right there. So now look, she's over here. This is where her foot will still remain, even if her body's moving. It's still going to remain there for the sakata. So I can just slide in. That coupled with sliding in, I can usually hit those sakatas. Eventually, with Cristina and I, because we have great communication, I really feel like she's letting me pull her. I can close my eyes and I can feel where her weight is without actually looking either. Okay, so that's a really nice feeling. And yes, I am dizzy, so you will get dizzy.
Okay.
Let's do our little demo.
¿Dónde estás? Para decirte que hoy he vuelto arrepentido a buscar